Hi everybody, it's been 2 weeks since the last time I put up a video, and I did say that I'd be giving one about every 2 weeks, and here we are. So, what's new? Well, basically not a lot. Um, not a lot from the gameplay department, but I have actually been pretty busy. Anybody who's seen my previous video, maybe you'll be able to tell. You might want to go back to the earlier one and look again and compare, and you'll be able to tell. But art. Terrible art, shitty art. But I'm pretty pleased with it because I've got no background at all in this area, and I've just been working. I've been a busy beaver. Um, there we go. Hello peasant. How's it going? He's just rocked up. Um, Basically, I realized at some point, look, before I go any further ahead, I want to get a good idea for the feel of the main play area of the game, which is the kind of central common room where everyone eats and drinks and you know, relaxes around the fire and all that kind of thing. So that's this place. This is the kind of central area where all the action of the game is going to happen. And I thought, look, even if later on I get a real artist who's going to clean it all up and make it look good, at least I can get that size down. I know where everything is, and I can start to work around that. So it's kind of like a really important basic element of the game I wanted to do, and here it is. So I'll just show it off to you here. Okay, bear in mind that my guy, this guy, I haven't changed the sprite, of course. It's like a floating ghost. It's not actually a ghost, it just looks like one. And it's a little bit off scale. So imagine that I'm like a foot taller, because right now I'm a little bit miniature for this. But you can see here I'm able to go underneath these things, go around and behind, and you know, these pillars and columns and different things like that, which I'm really pleased at how that's worked out. It's pretty nice. You might notice as well as the fact that I'm gliding around the place like a ghost too. Oh. What's this? Alright, we got a bug here. It looks like the little square I shifted before I never got to test, and it's a bit too close. You can't quite reach it. So let's reset that. There we go. Okay. Okay. What else can I tell you here? Right. So I've turned off the lighting at the moment. It should be really dark. I might give you an opportunity to see that pretty soon. What was I talking about? All right. Sorry. There's no pathfinding for the mouse yet, so if I click somewhere and there's something in the way, I'll just run into it and stop. I've been trying to fix it, but it's actually surprisingly a little bit complicated, so that's going to have to wait for now. But yeah, as you can see, can come up here on the second floor, walk behind the railings and things like that, which I really like. Hello, very nice. Okay, can go down here like this. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not sure how to make it so that I could, look, if I come up here, you'll see, oop, ruining the illusion. That's a little part that's to be fixed. I'm not quite sure how I could do it so that I could walk behind and also up. I'm assuming there's a solution, some kind of trick where we can have layered paths where we can enter some way and go underneath or something. For now, what I'm going to do is just block this off with something so you can't go through it. But yeah. Alright, so here we are. This fire here, I will maybe work on that this next week so you can put some flames in it and stuff and turn it on. And initially, when it's quite dark, the idea is that let's just talk for a second here. I've got a few minutes here. I thought I'd just talk about the game. Going forward, what's going to be happening next as well while we're here anyway. Basically, there's a bit of a story that I've fleshed out, and the idea is that this town that this inn is located in has seen better days. It used to be quite vibrant because there's like a trading pass or something going through a nearby mountain. Then, due to various reasons, the guard that used to keep the pass open, you know, keep them clear of all the nasty creatures and things of the mountains, was pulled away for a war or something, and there was a bad king, and and then the town fell in hard times, and then your father or grandfather or someone who ran this inn packed up and left for the city. Then there's been a change of politics, the pass is back open, and the town is about to start happening again, and you're moving back in now that you've got this opportunity. So you can kind of imagine maybe 20 years has gone by since anyone's really used this building. So when you first turn up, we're going to have it's all dark, there's no fire in the fireplace, there's no candles, there's mice scuttling around the floor, there's cobwebs, there'll be pools of water from holes in the roof with like little drips and things happening. And if you've ever played this War of Mine, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But initially you start off with a wreck, which you then turn into a slightly better wreck. In this case, you'll have to fix this thing and that thing, and that'll be an early juggling act, because you'll also be wanting to fix tables customers use. You'll want to maybe fix some rooms, because you'll start out with no rooms to rent out to people and so on. So you'll have all this kind of initial pressure to turn what is basically just an abandoned, derelict kind of terrible building into something nice and warm and cozy, and so on. And your initial customers will just be, people like these guys here, who don't have a whole lot of money, but they will bring you things like candles and wood and stuff to fix. They know a guy. So if you talk to them, you'll have some options to do some shopping for stuff. So candles will probably be one of those things you'll definitely want to help keep things lit. And if it's all really pitch black and dark, then the customers won't be very happy, and you'll have to spend some money on firewood to keep the fire going, or they'll get cold, especially in the cooler, the wintry kind of period, which will happen, I guess, like a month or so into the game. And that's also a bit like this War of Mine. Thanks, guys. Lots of great ideas. I'd like to steal for that. Brilliant game. And yeah, so there'll probably be like a table around here where I'm here, and maybe one or two over here. So I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to see how it works out, but it'll be a minimum of 4 tables. Active tables. I might go as high as 6. I don't think I'd ever have 8. It's possible. I doubt it though. But yeah, so something like that. You'll be able, not so that you're not constantly, when it gets really busy, imagine there's like 20-25 AI in here, and you're bringing them all beer all the time or something, you'll start to get pretty sick of the clicking. So the other idea is that you'd eventually build your way up to that. So you start out and you have to do all these things by yourself, which is pretty tiring. But after a while, you've got some money. Okay, now you can rent a barmaid, or you can rent a serving girl. You can rent get a kitchen boy to help you out in the kitchen and do all these kinds of things, so that you don't have to. So there'll be that kind of element of starting out with a lot of manual labor, and then very gradually working your way to that point where you're overseeing a very busy place with lots of customers, and you've got staff, and the whole thing will be happening. So that's kind of the idea. I'll just go up here again because I like it. And over these kind of bars here, I've already got the artwork and everything done, but I have to resize it for this new background. We'll have chandeliers of candles and stuff hanging down here, and you'll be able to temporarily refill them and do all that kind of thing. And up here you'll have entrances to rooms. You will downstairs as well, but up here we'll have room entrances and stuff like that. I'm not sure, of course, yet if don't want to show you that. Okay, here we go. This is something. This part is I'm still fixing that. Okay, so just pretend you didn't see that. I will have maybe, I don't know, 8 rooms, 10 rooms, something like that. But initially they'll be kind of cut off. They'll be derelict with boarded up, or they're off. The doors are off, hanging on their hinges, or something like that, to show that you can't use them. And then you'll spend money. You'll unlock them. And then you'll be able to upgrade them, so they turn into luxurious rooms. You can get merchants to stay in them, give you lots of money, so on, so on, so on. And that's about it right now. Maybe I'll put up another video in a week or so if I have something cool to show you. With a fireplace or something, just little quick ones. But I'll probably stick to every 2-3 weeks, maybe once a month, doing these kind of larger, longer videos. So that kind of lets you know what's going on. I'll probably go with that for now. So we'll see how we go. Only other thing would be, I've really enjoyed working on this art. I don't know if you can really tell if this video quality is a bit too poor, but I made this in pretty high quality, and now I've saved it down to about 25% its original pixels. So it's a good 10,000 pixels in width, the original image, which I've then split up and turned into tiles and everything. And it took a little while to get used to working with this material, because I've never done it before, but it's actually kind of looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. You do a little bit of perspective, you put some shade on certain kind of angles and surfaces, you do a bit of this and that, and then suddenly your eyes start to kind of trick you, and you think, oh, this is actually 3D, when it's completely not. And it helps, of course, being able to do these little things here. Alright, I'm really, been really enjoying it. It's been really fun so far. I'm looking forward to moving on from art. I've been working on art now for 2 weeks, so I'm very excited to move on from that, and now finally get to putting in some more kind of actual interactivity with the environment, putting in some of the first basic gameplay elements. If you look up in the top left corner, by the way, you might be able to see, it's a bit hard to see actually, but there's like a little GUI element there. You'll see this following us around with this is a bit hard to read unfortunately right now, but that's like everything else, that's just a stand-in bit of art. But there you go. I have got something called cash or gold, and it does have a value, and that'll go up and go down, and that'll be coming in pretty soon too. Alright, that's it for this time, and I will follow up with another video in a few weeks. See ya.